All right, time to talk pets and vets, and it's get your questions ready as well on that same number, 131873, with Dr. Carla Paszkowski. I love saying that name, from Pet Circle Vets, who is again with us today. Hi, Carla.
Hi, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for giving us your time as well. Firstly, I want to ask you about a tick-borne threat to our pets. I'll let you pronounce the name of it, the scientific name. I won't try that.
Absolutely.
Is this new?
Yes. Okay. So the disease is called Ehrlichiosis. It is a tricky one to say. And the reason why people are so concerned about it is because up until about May 2020, it wasn't detected in dogs in Australia that weren't imported. So in the Kimberley region in about May, a few dogs were found to be infected with this microbe that were local dogs. This disease is spread by the brown dog tick, and it has since extended to other parts of Australia, and it's under investigation currently by the West Australian and Northern Territory governments.
Okay. So is it a life threatener?
Yes, so it is quite a nasty disease. Symptoms could include anything from fever and lethargy to discharge from the eyes and nose, and then we unfortunately see bleeding disorders, and that can cause things like nosebleeds, bleeding under the skin, and then associated anemia. So these dogs get quite sick, and it is often fatal.
Okay, that's no good. 131873. If you've got a pet question about one of your pets for Dr. Carla, please give us a call now. 131873 0460 61 116 on the text line if you'd like to do that. We've got a cat at home. He's pretty new. He's only about 6 months old. He's great. Purrs a lot. So I want to know, how do they purr? Why do they purr? And does it mean that they're happy? We'll go through a few old wives' tales here, I suppose.
Yeah, it's really interesting, the concept of purring. So cats actually, they usually purr when they're content, happy or relaxed, but they can also purr when they're in pain or stressed. And purring is really interesting because it actually has health benefits. Not only does it release endorphins, but the tremor caused from purring applies a gentle pressure to the bones, which can actually help increase bone density and strengthen them. The reason why your kitten's purring, you said he or she was 6 months old, is that right?
Yeah, loves the company. Loves to rub under the chin, don't we all?
Oh, yeah. Kittens first start purring when they're suckling, and it's quite cute because they can't meow when they're feeding. They purr as a way of communicating with their mother, and she will purr back as encouragement. And in this way, we sort of say it's like a kitty lullaby, which I think is really cute.
Okay. James has got a question here. He said he has a cat that keeps chewing his fur off. I guess the question there is why and what can you do?
That doesn't sound good. When a cat's excessively biting themselves, it's usually because they're itchy or because they're stressed. I really think it's a good idea if the cat is at the point where they're chewing their fur off to get the skin looked at by the vet. And actually, we have a saying among vets, which is that itchy cats have fleas until proven otherwise. So if he's not quite ready to go to the vet, I would highly recommend putting his cat on a reliable flea treatment and seeing if that improves the problem.
All right, thank you for that. Hope that helps you, James. One quick one before we let you go. A myth. Dogs and cats, they eat grass when they're sick or to make themselves sick.
Yeah, it's a really common one. A lot of people look at their dogs chewing on grass and then they go and vomit, and so they assume that dogs have made themselves. But actually, what dogs can actually do is try and make themselves feel better if they are feeling a bit nauseous, and so the grass isn't causing them to vomit, but it's actually sort of trying to fill up their belly, just like us eating crackers. The other reason is that dogs can actually eat grass if they're deficient in fibre. So if your dog's on a really cheap food and they're not getting all the fibre that they're needing, we can see that they do eat grass as a way of trying to supplement their diet. And that's actually a really common cause in cats too. When they chew on grass, it's because they have such a high meat diet. Sometimes they just need some fibre to keep themselves going and feed those microbes in their gut.
Oh, very good. All right. Well, good to chat again. Thank you very much for having a little bit of a chat this afternoon about cats and dogs. We'll catch you again next week.
Thanks for having me, Bill. See you next week.
See you then. Dr. Carla Paszkowski from Pet Circle Vet.